On YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you all so much for joining me for this being my review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 episode 6. So y'all know how I do with these reviews. I don't go over the entire episode. I just talk about the things that kind of stood out to me. So the ladies are dealing with the aftermath. Before I get into the review, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big white subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it for our brother. Be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this particular episode, as well as who are your favorite housewives. Who do you think doesn't need to come back next season? What are your thoughts so far on the season? Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. So the ladies are still in Dallas, supporting Cynthia for the release of her rum a product that is coming out soon. So they're dealing with the aftermath of the dinner from the previous night where Angela and Pinky really got into it. And the ladies were sort of kind of discussing what was going on, things of that nature. Cynthia comes downstairs and lets the ladies know that they're going to split up into two groups. So one group of ladies is going to see horses and things of that nature. And then the other group are going to see a herd of cows walking down the street. So the ladies going to see the horses are Portia, Phaedra, Angela, and K. Michelle. And then the other ladies, Cynthia, Kelly, Shamia, Drew, Pinky, they're all going to see the herd of cows going. So Angela comes out in this small dress and heels to go see horses. I thought that was hilarious. Hilarious. So while the Cynthia's group is heading to see the cows that are walking down the street, it seems like they might miss it. Cynthia says that this only happens twice a day, I believe, or no, twice a week, I think. Whichever the case is, Cynthia is thinking that they're running late. So Cynthia is, talking to Shamia and Kelly concerning their accommodations. We all know that, they felt as though the room wasn't clean. There were stains on the sheets. There were stains in the sink, things of that nature. So they are really taking this to the nth degree. Like Shamia and Kelly are fed up, and to me, it's like a lot of people are comparing this to the Colorado trip on Potomac featuring Angel. And some people think that that was worse than this. I do think that that was worse than this because, we don't have any water. You know what I'm saying? When you're not able to brush your teeth or take a shower, things of that nature, that is definitely going to be a bigger issue than some stains on your sheets. So, I sort of kind of understand why Shamia and Kelly are so upset. However, we are on a reality TV show, and so you have to take everything to the extreme. So things you might not take so seriously in your real life on reality TV, it's amplified by a million. So I understand, and I'm so glad that Cynthia was telling the girls, okay, you know what, this conversation is over. I already said that I'm going to have the cleaners come out and take care of your issues, so it's a done data. It's done. We're good. We are good. Cynthia seems to be a little bit stressed out about this whole situation. So those ladies, Cynthia, Pinky, Shamia, Drew, and Kelly, they get to see the cows. One of the girls, I don't know if it was Shamia or Pinky, said, oh, there goes Angela. So I guess they really don't like Angela anyways. But, what Angela did to Pinky last episode, I mean, it shows that, she's that girl, okay? So, they're watching the cows and, things of that nature. Then they go to a restaurant in Texas, and Pinky's a little bit upset because there are no vegan options. And Cynthia's like, if you go come to Texas, you might want to have your own snacks on deck, because if you're going to a restaurant, chances are there's going to be meat on the menu. So Pinky ends up just getting French fries, and apparently there's some issues between Drew and Shamia. Now, I don't know. I mean, I guess I sort of kind of remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what kind of beef Shamia and Drew were having. Cynthia was trying to get the girls to apologize to each other. They do attempt to apologize to each other. However, Drew says, make sure you leave your mama at home with, with all the things that she had to say, because Shamia's mama kind of interrupted their little back and forth during Kelly's opening or reopening of her restaurant. So needless to say, there was no conclusion on the Shamia and Drew front. So the other group of ladies, Portia, Phaedra, K. Michelle, and Angela, they go to the horses. Apparently, Phaedra was somewhat of an equestrian in her younger years, and so she's explaining to the girls what's happening. The horse almost kicks the ladies. Like they tell them never to walk behind the horse, but the horse gets a little bit rowdy, and so that makes the ladies not want to actually ride the horse. The instructor is trying to encourage them. Oh, all you have to do is just sit on the horse and look pretty, and all of them are like, nah, it's not happening. So excuse me. Then those girls have a wine tasting in the stables with the horses, and the instructor for the wine tasting is letting them know the best way to receive the wine, and he suggests that they smell the wine after swirling it around a little bit, and K. Michelle's like, oh, I don't smell the wine. I do smell something else though. I'm assuming it was the excrement from the horses. So that was that was interesting, but at least it seems like they had a good time. And so anyway, so the ladies get back to the house. Drew goes to visit Cynthia. They start talking about Pinky, and apparently it doesn't seem like a lot of the girls are liking Pinky this season. My mom said yesterday that she thinks Pinky should get another chance, come back next season, see if she does any better. To be honest, when you're in a situation where you don't fit into the group, it just seems like you're not a good fit for the group. I've said this since, maybe episode 2 or 3. I don't see Pinky, I don't see her place within this group of women. I really don't. Like, she just stands out as an outlier. And not in a way of because of her finances or her businesses or things of that nature. It's like she just doesn't fit in. Like, she doesn't fit in with these other girls. And it's not a thing about levels, like they're on a higher level than she is. No, it's just with her personality, it just does not fit with the group. So I really do understand that. And then Drew and Cynthia start talking about how Shamia's always twerking and shot o'clock, and they feel as though that's masking something that she's hiding, or masking something that she doesn't want the other girls to know, or something of that nature. And I think that is a very astute observation, to be honest. To me, it is. Then Pinky goes over to Kelly's accommodations, and Pinky's not feeling as though she's fitting into the group, which is obvious. And Kelly tries to, calm her down, tries to, kind of talk it out with her. She's like, we're different from these other ladies. We're both self-made. We both got it from the mud. You know what I'm saying? We worked hard for our place in life, and Angela just, laid on her back to get what she has. So they clearly have, big issues with Angela. So be it. It is what it is. But, I'm with Angela on this side of the argument. But anyways, then the ladies are about to go out for dinner. So they all get into the Sprinter van. Things are going well, at least initially. Cynthia asked the ladies, to tell everyone something that they found out about someone that they did not know before going on to this trip. K. Michelle says that she did not realize how nice Phaedra was. And I don't think Phaedra's mean necessarily. I just don't think Phaedra has a place on this show. To be honest, the most that she gives us is great confessionals, great hair, great styling. Like, she always looks amazing. I will never take that away from Phaedra, but I've never liked Phaedra at all. Never liked Phaedra. I'm sure I've said this on the reviews in the past. Then Shamia says that she she really she and K Michelle, she was really able to relate to a lot of things that K Michelle had gone through, with dealing with other ladies in Atlanta and things of that nature. Shamia really appreciates that. And then Kelly pipes up and says, well, I appreciate everyone who came to my, my reopening for my restaurant, my chicken and waffles restaurant. And, then Angela pipes up and is like, who didn't show up? Who wasn't there? Angela has to stir the pot. Angela is obviously the bone carrier for the season, which, she does that role very well. I don't know if producers encouraged her to take on that role or if she just picked it up out of the blue. But Angela's definitely stirring the pot. And, the ladies are like, girl, who was not there. And then Kelly and Portia start getting into it, continuing both of their narratives that one or the other or both of them have been sleeping with married men. Portia goes on to, double down on her evidence or her receipts that Kelly actually slept with a married man. Apparently, Phaedra knows who this married man is. Once again, like, if someone's cheating, why would they then text another person and let them know like what they're doing? Like, grown men don't do that. Like, that's why I don't believe the story from Portia at all. Do I believe that Portia has slept with married men? I definitely do, for sure. It's possible that Kelly has slept with married men as well, but more than likely not the exact case that Portia is talking about, because Portia's example is a straight up lie, at least to me. Phaedra's like, she knows the family, and it won't be the man that gets hurt, it will be the woman, the wife that gets hurt, so we don't want to do that. And that's just Phaedra backing Portia up on her story. I'm sure Phaedra has no idea who that man is, but anyways, then Kelly pipes up and says that Portia slept with R. Kelly. We all know that R. Kelly was married for some years. I don't know the exact timeline of when Portia slept with R. Kelly. I don't remember exactly when R. Kelly got divorced from his wife, so I don't know how that whole timeline lines up. But apparently Portia put that in her book. I feel like I had heard that Portia had had sex with R. Kelly in the past before watching this episode, but I can't remember. But I feel like I've heard that somewhere in the past. But anyways, that's where we leave off the episode. To me, it was sort of kind of a filler episode. Not really a lot happened necessarily, but I am enjoying the season so far. So let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. Whose side of the fight between Portia and Kelly are you on? Do you like Angela or Pinky more? Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to join me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. with my sister Prophetic Fire Reiki, as well as our friend Bianca Edwards. We always have an amazing time talking about the latest happenings and goings on in the world. So join us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for Hot Topics and Social Commentary. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.